support you. We love you, Israel. We need to come together, unite as one people, one nation, one race. We can do great things together.
They physically had a fight with each other. Fight against Israelites. Check it out.
What's say about that? Now them sissies gotta pack up and leave. You better not move.
A black against black fight. That's not the police doing that. Over a chair or something.
Argument.
What do you mean that's my argument?
Your argument is that they're going to be in the playoffs. Is Tom Brady playing bad? Okay. Yes or no?
Yes, he played poorly yesterday.
What do you mean yesterday?
Okay,
all year.
But you're giving him 100% of the blame?
Because
that's just, you have no objectivity. It's just straight Brady hate. Wait a minute. This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he is still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
That's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No.
Skip, I did what I did.
I never said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Skip, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
Skip, what did I got to see what you do? You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal...
Put your glasses back on.
See what you do? You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal...
Put your glasses back on. Glasses back on. Glasses back on.
Can I finish?
Glasses back on.
Can I finish? To take a personal shot at me. To say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you just...
Go ahead.
You disrespect him. It's just so...
So you would just...
And you see Steven Adams comes over to protect his guy along with the supporting cast, and then Shannon Sharpe still talking, and T. Morant, John Morant's dad, comes over. Had an opportunity to talk to T. Morant, and he said, my blood pressure didn't go up a bit. Nothing but love and respect for Shannon Sharpe. It's a bunch of guys talking a bunch of trash.
But he's been exposed now because this is his tweet. It doesn't matter what you, Kyrie, or anyone outside the Jewish community says. The Jewish community found it offensive, and we, that includes everyone not from a particular group, stop telling people what's offensive, disparaging to their group. Look, there's a group that I take my marching orders from. If they say this, I don't get to question it.
He should never, ever question anybody's greatness. If there's a Mount Rushmore for busts in the NBA history, whether he's the first head, the second head, the third, or the fourth, he's on Mount Rushmore of bust NBA players. There's no question. Kwame, you have plenty of time. Hell, you own your farm down in Georgia. You got plenty of time. You ain't playing no hoops. You should have still been in the NBA. But you want to take a shot because this is your thing, Skip. He got exactly what he wanted. Sometimes, Skip, the only success you can have is taking a bite out of somebody that's successful. He trended more for what he said about LeBron than anything he ever done in the NBA.
That's a fact.
Now, that's a problem.
Man, this is the Lord block,
man. We finna set up right here.
How about this? Fuck
shit about it. He gonna do shit about it.
Fuck your house.
Fuck Nathaniel and fuck you.
It ain't about
this purple goddamn bullshit. You ain't gonna run up on us like you did.
No, I'm just saying, what's this about? Hey, y'all bag up. I best advise you to bag up.
What is this about, bro? What's about? What the fuck you mean it's about?
Spontaneous. What is this about?
What do you mean it's about?
What is this about?
Look how he came. We met spirit with spirit, bro. He came up to us.
Is it about hatred? You gonna keep? You want some animal, bro? You want some animal? You want problems or what? Do you want problems?
All about warfare. All about warfare. All about it.
You want to take gangsters?
That's what let's get it then. Let's get it then.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, then what's up then? What's up?
You a hoe.
We finna hold camp.
You a hoe.
You a hoe, nigga. You a bitch, nigga. You a bitch, nigga. You a bitch. If I'm a hoe, treat me like a fucking hoe, nigga. If I'm a hoe, treat me like a hoe, nigga.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rucha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Anyway, excuse the voice. I have some allergies or throat issues going on. But I want to go into this video, which I'm going to have to probably make quick. But I want to go and show the hypocrisy of the black community and the curses that we're under, that proves we fit the biblical Israelites. Now this guy, Shannon Sharp, who is not even a basketball player, is having a fit at this ex-basketball player, Kwame Brown, right, for the fact that he made an opinion. And this is what social media does. Social media is a watered down form of opinions, okay, in Babylon. That shows you the downfall of Babylon. Now, what I also have noticed that when it comes to white athletes, so-called, they're not put against one another on no kind of level, even though some of those white athletes may be Israelites. But if you notice, they don't put any of them together. As to say, Joe Montana versus a Peyton Manning, or what's this, the one they were just arguing over, Tom Brady. You don't see that. And this is what old white media does. And they're still using those same tactics in the so-called Israelite community. It seems as though we've been programmed, to follow what they call that that whole white racism. That was that Willie Lynch racism, right? But the Most High prophesied it. He said it was going to happen, right? And everything that the Most High said was going to happen, happened. Okay, so we go to Deuteronomy 28:54. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother and toward his wife of his bosom. Right? So, and it goes on to say, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So Bishop Nathaniel, he says that we need to come together as a nation. And this is why these guys are having these issues, because they're fighting for the block to wake up a bunch of black people, right? Now, this is also what's so screwy about it is that Great Millstone, as we know as GMS, we are considered the most radical and hardcore group, and you don't see any carnal nature coming from any one of us. Not that the fact that we didn't get into confrontations, we didn't argue, and maybe sometime even may have been ready to fight, but for doctrine, not for a block, And I'm talking about 2020's GMS, what you see today as we're kicking prophecy, right? So, what can you say? They're so hard on GMS, and this goes for all of us, but you can see the hatred that these groups have towards one another. You can't call this exactly love, because love is arguing too, but the way this coming out of each other's mouths, right, you can't call that in no way a high form of love, right? You can't call that love on a high level. And both of these groups have slandered us and called us rapists of little girls, 6-year-olds, which almost would be the reason to fight over. You know, I'm talking about on a carnal level, because they're supposed to do that, right? Now, what this boils down to is lack of faith. When you read Exodus 4, dealing with Moses and the staff, even the Lord has even gave Moses a level of faith when you read that story. And he put the staff down. The snake turned into a staff. The children of Israel don't believe anything until they could see it. Right. This is the problem with these groups. They don't have enough faith, and this is why they teach the law, but without faith. This is why James 2 says faith without works is dead. Right? You got to have faith, because if they had faith, they would go to any corner and set up the Lord's shop and compel the elect, to come in. We're going to read this in Isaiah 10 and 21. Right? You got to compel the elect to come in. Okay, it says in 10 and 20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more come and stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. It says the remnant shall return, okay, even the remnant of Jacob unto the mighty power. All right, so this is what we understand at Great Millstone, is that only a remnant is going to return. When you're trying to wake up nations of people, a whole nation of people as a race, this is where you have the problem. You're fighting for numbers. And I put this thing in that clip in there with Skip and Shannon, or Shannon and Skip, to show you when it came to the white man, and this is what Kwame Brown said as well, but I've noticed that, we've noticed that in the truth. When it comes to Edom, they do nothing. He threw down his glasses, had a fit. But when it came to another Jake, he got up and he wanted to fight. Now, why do they do this? I recognize this in school. Because they know if they fight or hurt somebody outside their nation, there's consequences. But if you shoot and kill a Jake in your nation, or you hurt him, you'll get a slap on the wrist. I knew a guy that threw hot coal, let me say that, on another Jake, and he got like 7 months in jail. Now, you knew if he threw that hot coil on one of them other people of the land, so to speak, or even eat him, you think he would have got 7 months? But why did he do that? The same reason why the black woman will call the police on you, will set you up, will destroy you, because there's no consequences of our actions, right? And this is Stockholm. This is Willie Lynch. You side with the oppressor. You hurt your own brother. And we, us as Israelites, and I'm speaking to the elect, we cannot have this behavior. And you notice these guys at IUIC, they got detectives, they got police, they knew the moves, the maneuvers, and they already had it set up. Just like hustlers, drug dealers, when a white man comes on the scene, all them that was talking about Edom, you see how they surrendered. The Jakes, the Isupk, They laid there calm and peaceably with that one white cop knee on his back. Why didn't he fight and try to get up from him? But the Jakes that was on his knee on his back, he's grunting and trying to get up and overtake him. Just like the drug dealers, right? They'll roll dice. They'll sell crack. White cop rolls up. Not even a black cop, but a white cop rolls up. It's a whole new different ball game. And these are the curses that we're under. It says, verse 22, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. So only a remnant of Israel shall return, right? And this is the big maker, money maker, so to speak, of this conversation. Because we're after the elect, we'll post up in certain communities or certain places to reach the elect. And Bishop Nate said we must wake up a race. But the race of the Israelites are going to look like all nations. Why does everybody in his group pretty much look like black and Hispanic? Why is everybody in the ISUPK group looks like black and Hispanics? Are these black-only Israelites pretending to be the true elect of Israel? Or is it about the numbers? Or is it about the fame? Or is it about the women and the women bringing their children? Or seeing a movement of black men finally standing up? Right? Has a lot to consider. But anyway, I don't have much else on that. That's all I have on that. Shalom.